The most exciting thing that's going on in America is change. She is changing. Cultural artifacts are not as common as they used to be. Time has gone by. I can't entirely agree that baseball continues to be an American artifact. In fact, it is not as ancient as we presume the word artifact to be. We Americans love our television. Highlighting from a non-American's most apparent perception will have them confirming that baseball is no longer America's culture artifact, and that it has changed in the television sense. Developed countries have televisions, but they don't beat the United States on conformity. Just for instance, we have here a television set in France. It's not as big as Americans. We got here in Europe, Russia, again, doesn't beat America. Here's in a developed region in Africa. Nice set, but not as big. These are in the market in China. As you can see, they're not as big as the Americans like it to be. Here's a perfect example in China. Television set, right there. Here's another one. A family nice dinner. Television set, up there. We Americans like them bigger than the last season or neighbor. Besides being bigger than big, we want to have features like smart TVs with Netflix, YouTube, and even searching the web integrated into them. TVs are always making alterations to fit Americans' public demands. Now we don't even want them on dressers or TV stands. We want them mounted on the walls with wall mount brackets that can tilt and angle to desirable locations so you don't have to force your head to stare at the screen. Most, if not all, Americans have a television in most rooms in the house. For example, my mother's house has 4 bedrooms, and all rooms have flat screen TVs in them, and including the living room and one outside in the garage to watch big games with friends. And that's a movable stand, so you can pull it out to the yard. We Americans also enjoy them in different manufacturing designs as to a curving screen. This is a cinema screen, so one's peripheral can catch the full screen. My brother has a 64 curved screen mounted on his little room. You see my point? If the word artifact were a lifestyle, our cultural artifact would be conveniencing. We love being comfortable. Also highlighting a written quote accessed in March 2012 from People How Things Work. The early days of America's relationship with TV were much like the start of a love affair. You see, now we can agree that we are deeply sprung on our television sets. Now let's consider that baseball and America go way back when Washington established America in 1848, as read in the Constitution Day accessed in September 2020. Not only the establishment, but also baseball was recognized around 1839, as mentioned in the history on March 2019. Finally, Baseball Hall stated in October 2020 that good old baseball has shaped our nation until the millennials got here. Yes, the time has changed, and around the world, TV affects our nation's mood and lack of ambition. We got comfortable. Now that we have established these factor points, NY Times talks about baseball reflecting our nation's mood and ambitions. In late May of 2011, we can agree that we love the convenience of not having to leave home. Sadly to know, TV is an essential that every American must have. We get more evidence of this cultural artifact reported on Blah Blah Writing Last Access in May 2019, stating the most prominent typical artifact of American culture is a television. Moving right along the wiki axis in October 2012, televisions are 96.7% in major mass media household essential per home, having more than one television set. This concludes that time has gone by, and our culture faces a new norm. Many Americans will continue to see baseball as a cultural artifact, but everyone else looking from the outside in will differ.